Hello. So sometimes there are videos that I make that people want to watch, and sometimes I make videos that people don't want to watch but need to watch. And this is one of those videos that people need to watch, especially people that are within the 1 to 10 category, which is like you just have an idea or you're getting started and you're wondering why it's not taking off the ground or why you're not getting the results you want. This is that video for you. And I want to equate this to gaming, which I think just has so many good corollaries to success in life. This whole discussion is kind of going to be on the back of a mastermind discussion that you're going to see in a minute about one person's YouTube channel, and we're going to kind of use them as a sacrificial lamb. Okay, so we're going to go and I'm going to put up a couple of concepts first, and that is let's look at item rarity, okay, in games. So you have common items, which are not that good or okay in the beginning, and you'd never use them later, right? Uncommon items, which are okay, right? Rare items, everyone knows this. Epic items and legendary items, okay? Now, in exact the same way, so I just want to eliminate the word items and drop these out, okay? And you can think about this in terms of people. You can think about this in terms of YouTube channels. You can think about this in terms of results, okay? So common results on something like YouTube, which we're going to be using today, you will commonly see people doing certain things. You run into different YouTube channels, like the common results are always pretty similar, okay? But seeing real epic and legendary results is super rare, right? There's only one Mr. Beast, only one legendary item on YouTube, right? When it really comes down to it. There's a lot of epic channels, which I would consider to be 500,000 subscribers or whatever. And you could look at my channel, which is my YouTube channel is rare. It's not epic necessarily, but having 100,000 subscribers is quite rare. So I'm not like an epic YouTuber, but I also don't set out to do that. But if you look at my channel, okay, it's definitely not common to have this kind of viewership. It's not. It's also uncommon to have this viewership, and it's also quite rare. But it's not epic. Epic is you go to a channel and it has 500,000 subscribers. Okay, so this is all in the context. Once you understand this this kind of system, we're gonna get back to why this is important, how this applies to you, because we're gonna look at Discord and this person's particular channel, who came in and said, basically opened up a discussion of okay, I want to get mentorship for my channel because I don't know what direction I want to take it. And every time that somebody wants mentorship, basically wants to pay somebody hourly to help them, and they're in the 1 to 10 categories. So just to go through that really quickly, I look at a lot of business as 1 to 100. So 1 is idea in your basement, right? And 100 is Fortune 500 gig company. This is really helpful to think in these kind of terms. So 10 would be, you've kind of got something started and it's making some money and it's doing okay. You would probably sell a company around 25 to 30, right? To 35. So at this point you have really serious MRR, and 50% is 50% of the biggest company in the world. So it's quite big, right? So beyond that, it gets very rare. Okay. So for the people that are going from 1 to 10, you've got an idea in your basement, you're trying to make a YouTube channel, you're trying to succeed on your business or in some way. Almost everybody is making this, you don't need mentorship 99% of the time. And that was how this conversation actually started. And this is it. Then I said, okay, hey, I'll take a look at this YouTube channel. And then I found out it's absolutely true, right? Again, this is absolutely not a situation of mentorship, because if you are in the 1 to 25 category, so you don't have a problem with information ever. You have a problem with execution. And execution, meaning you're just not doing enough. And the 1 to 25 people, they want to buy things and acquire things that they think that the information is going to solve their problem. But in actuality, how are epic and legendary results created, right? Well, they're created by doing a bunch of common stuff over and over for a long time. So let's go back to gaming. Think about item drops, right? So how do you get legendary items and epic items? Well, you have to farm through a ton of just regular common items that don't matter. And you're going to throw most of those away. And then sometimes an epic or legendary drop is going to occur. So you might go through 10,000, like look at like Cyberpunk 2077. You might go through like 10,000, 20,000 normal assault rifles until a legendary one drops. You're like, oh my god, that's the one, right? And life works exactly the same way. That's why games are made to mimic life. That when you go through life, you'll have 5, 10, 500 videos that don't barely do anything. But then you'll get a legendary drop, you get a legendary opportunity, you'll realize that you're on something, and bam, that video will do 10 million views, right? That is just a function of doing the same thing over and over again until you get that result. That's all it is, right? And then optimizing for that as much as you can. So we're going to take a look at Dismoto's YouTube channel. He's in the mastermind here. And said, slight and concise backstory, which is appreciated. A lot of people write like tons of paragraphs. I started a YouTube channel focused on movies and television. They're fine and doing okay, but I want to take it to the next level. And so I said, just link your channel. And I said, I think I did pretty, I don't suppose there's a real problem, but I think I did pretty well going from 0 to 2K between June of last year and January of this year. I burned out hard because I wasn't enjoying the recap and review content. I mostly stepped away dropping videos here and there over the last 8 or so months. And now I want to pick it up. But not make the exact same content. Okay, so a lot of the things I'm going to say here are general, right? But I'm also going to like go a little bit hard too, just because I know my people that are listening to this kind of stuff can take it and they appreciate it and they know that I'm coming from a place where I really want people to win. Okay, but also I'm not like speaking directly to Dismoto here, because like he says, there's not like necessarily a problem. He's aware of what he's doing. Okay, so if we take a look at like this YouTube channel. Okay, it's a movie review channel. There's about 2K subscribers, and if we sort by like the most popular videos they've ever done, he got some really good like views on these like Dexter videos about 8 months ago, and then my guess is probably started to like try to make different content, didn't get those results, and got demotivated and quit for 8 months. Right, like simultaneously realizing like, oh shit, I'm going to be in this movie category forever, making videos like this. So guess what this is, right? This 2K YouTube channel that did this. This is a super, super, super common result, right? You'll see, if you go over YouTube and you find these channels, there are hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of these channels. Why? Because every single person's mindset is, oh, I'll make a few videos. Oh, I had that one like really succeed there. Oh, I don't really want to invest into that like to that. I don't want to just be a movie review guy. I'm just gonna like take some months to figure it out, and then like you get inspired again, and you come back and oh, cool. Like 8 months now, I'm gonna like reinvent my channel. Like, why is it not working? Like, I need a mentor. Like, right? Like that's bullshit. Like you didn't make videos for 8 months, and then you and you didn't capitalize on the trend that was working for you. So you failed. Like that's it. Like that. Like that's very common, right? Like that. Like an uncommon thing to do would have been keep posting videos in that trend, and then you get those channels that are kind of about one thing, and they sort of like just like keep doing that thing until it works. And some channels get to epic results that way, right? Like there's a lot of like reacts channels and things like that just like succeed that way. There's also rare channels that like a rare thing to do would have been to like continuously upload throughout that 8 months and continuously try everything in that category. So like setting out that this is just a super common thing to do. You don't need a mentor. You're not doing anything wrong. And actually, if you click on these videos, they're really well produced. Like they're super good with like a lot of like high quality production, a lot of clips and stuff. And then he's also a very good speaker. So there's nothing wrong here. Like you're not doing anything wrong. You're just fucking lazy. You didn't put in the work. Like, so you lost. Like, that's it. That's a super common result, right? If you want to be rare, epic, or legendary, you've got to do the results that actually produce that, right? Which is not hard. You don't have to, like, a lot of people think, like, oh, I have to, like, go think about, like, these really unique ideas and, like, I got to, like, figure. No, you just got to keep producing and, like come up with an idea. It does, not everything has to hit. You just have to, you can have, like, 300, 400 common videos, and then you'll get your epic result. Like once you find the trends, and like this stuff will like become apparent in the actual action of doing it. But if you're 8 months out and you're like, man, like I need a mentor, like no, like you just need to do the work, right? So now what like and by the way, sorry, it seems like I'm going really hard, and I am, because like I'm not necessarily speaking directly to this person, right? I'm speaking to like everybody in the audience that needs to hear this. I don't even know if this is Dismoto's particular problem, right? But I'm pretty sure it is. But like I'm pretty sure there are people right now listening to this who are like, okay, I identify with that. I get that. That is my problem. Yeah, like what I'm trying to get you to think about, this is the most important part of the video. What I'm trying to get you to think about is that you are doing things that common people do to fail, right? Common people, they wish-wash on shit. They go, oh yeah, I want to do that thing. Oh, I'm really interested in that thing. Oh, I'm really interested in that thing. Oh, I'm really interested in that thing, right? Like they get inspired by a tweet, they get inspired by a YouTube video, and they go decide to do something based on it. And then they do a thing once or twice, and then they go to another thing. There's an ADHD, like on a macro level, where people are just bouncing around to every fucking thing. That's loser mentality. You will lose that way because that's what everybody does, right? The uncommon thing to do is to pick a topic and then to actually keep making videos, keep making content, to pick a business and to keep working on your product. Like, it's not, is there times where I come into the office and I'm like, okay, it's day 500 billion at the marketing agency, right? I'm doing the same thing. I'm pushing the same results. I'm trying to convince brands to buy with us. I'm trying to get creators to like get on board and do their deals. I'm trying to convince people, like, are there days where I want to create videos? Like, let me tell you something. Like, let's like tell you something that I think will really impact you. Okay, like I really want to make a YouTube channel about gaming. I love gaming. I play games all the time offline, and I would really like to make a channel just talking about meta issues in gaming. You know why I don't do it? Because I can't even get my YouTube channel to get 3 videos a week. So the loser thing to do would have been to look at this channel at. And by the way, I've thought about this for years. Like 20K subscribers, I was thinking about it, 30K subscribers. Like, the common thing to do would have been to give up on this channel because sometimes it's extremely frustrating to be in the new media space. And although, like, I've managed to broaden this, you can still see that, like, a lot of my videos are Twitch-centric, which, like, I personally hate. I don't really want to talk about the platform. But, like, look, like, my last, like, 3 videos, like, these 2 are esports. That was good. But these 3 videos, like, they're very Twitch-focused. So I know I can branch this into, like, general business stuff. But, like, guess what? I'm working on last night another Twitch video, right? Because, like, that's just how it is. Like, that's how I'm going to produce those results. And I'm going to figure out how to like go from that to like business type content and stuff that I really want to talk about, like I talk about on this Patreon. So there are tons of times where I want to build that gaming channel, but I don't because I can't even get 3 videos a week on this channel. So I don't make that channel. Like, I don't have the time. I need to understand that. And I am specializing in a field that is working for me, that I'm getting better and better at. And there are many, many days where I don't like doing that, right? Now that said, I have a fascination with attention. I have a fascination with like media and how it works. So I do like really love exploring these topics. Like, exactly how to grow a brand from 0 followers is a really fun video. So is like streamers who obsess over view counts. Doesn't do as well, but I really like them, right? But I have to cover the meta topics, and everybody has to cover their topics because that's how you produce those results. So going back to this channel. Oh, no, I'm not done yet. So I just want I want to echo, I want to pound that into people's heads that like the common thing. Think about what everyone does. You see a friend, you're catching up with them, and like what have you been up to? Oh man, I'm getting into this hobby, new book, whatever. You don't see people pursuing mastery. Like for example, if you I started going to the gym. Oh, awesome. Like, how long have you been going to the gym? Right? Like that conversation. How many times have you had that conversation? And then how many people have you met that have been going consistently to the gym for 5 years straight every day? And guess what? They probably have epic results. They probably look incredible, right? Now, they weren't doing anything special. They were just not doing what common people do, which is, oh yeah, I just started going to the gym. Then you take 8 months and then you start going to the gym again, and your life is perpetually that. That's loser mentality. That's what everybody's doing, right? If you want to be like epic and legendary, you've got to do the common stuff over and over again in that category until you get there. And the thing is, this is the other thing that I think really like makes people, I guess, upset or just like unable to like process this. You can't be rare and epic and legendary at all kinds of things, right? Like you have to have a rare. Like if you want to be epic, like maybe you can do it at like 1 or 2 or 3 things maximum. 3 things probably absolute maximum. So like for example, Joe Rogan is epic, even legendary at comics. Like right, like he's a stand-up comic, like most popular podcast in the world. and he's a UFC fight commentator. So he's like legendary at 3 things. And there are very few people in the world that are like that diversified. He's probably the most diversified, successful person in the world. And a lot of those things are corollary too. Like both his UFC fighting and his stand-up and his podcasting all revolve around being a incredible speaker. So one could say that really Joe Rogan is just like a legendary conversationalist, and then applies it across 3 fields. So even he is like a specialist, right? So if he wanted to get into like, and then like another thing's like, actually he's a really good example. We'll stay on him for a second because like there are things he's rare at. Like for example, he's a very good fighter, but he's not a competitive fighter. He never was, right? He wasn't like an epic or legendary fighter. Why? Because he couldn't invest that amount of time into it when he was like becoming a personality, doing Fear Factor, things like that. So you won't be able to do everything you want to do. There are so many things in life that I want to be good at. I want to be multilingual. I want to like have a ton of knowledge in personal development and self-improvement. But I would say like I'm rare at that, but I can't be epic or legendary. But what I'm truly epic and legendary at is marketing, attention gathering, and teaching this, right? That's like what I'm really fucking good, probably better than anyone at. And like if you don't see that now, you'll see it as I build this up. In 2 years, it'll happen, right? Because I'm after that. So you have to set up what you want to be epic about. So now let's get into like a discussion that will actually help like a little bit for this example. It's pretty clear that Diz quit 8 months ago. You can see it here because he didn't want to be epic at movie reviews. I totally fucking understand, right? Like if you like you're on a YouTube channel and you're making content and you're like, I don't want to be stuck in this niche. This is not what I want to do. Respect, right? Like that's fine. But the answer isn't to quit for 8 months. The answer is go make the videos that you want to create. So he talks about making these videos that like we'll go back. Like the dream would be to work really hard on 1 or 2 videos a month and get massive views. And there's potential to make highly successful content. But I'm trying to come up with a new spin in a sea of movie review channels. Yeah, so like doing the hard thing to do in this category is like to make these kind of videos, right? Where you make a video that tells a story about like why the movie matters or why the concept matters. Like for example, like what is driving the Marvel universe in terms of music and why is it important? You get like a heavily edited documentary that and this is all scripted. It's all carefully chosen. It takes hours and hours to edit. Like one of the most famous videos on this channel is how to do action comedy, which is a Jackie Chan. This video hasn't been updated for 6 years, right? It's a very old video, but it's really well done, and it's obviously like really well thought out. Every step is super well thought out, okay, to make it like a 9-minute video. So can you do this? Yeah, like that's the thing is like what I'm saying. You don't need a mentor or like more information. Like plenty of these examples already exist. I even like subscribe to some. I haven't watched a lot of this stuff in a while, but I remember like during the Star Wars era, right? We could probably find some of this kind of stuff. I think people are still, yeah, How to Kill a Franchise. I think this is the one I was thinking about, which just goes like this form of video is a really well thought out, highly scripted, highly edited video that tells a story, that complements something, adds a lot to the conversation, right? So if you're just making movie reviews, you're not really adding a lot to the conversation, and you're not going to produce like those results. But again, like somebody just producing stupid movie reviews will literally produce incredible results. Isn't that the what's the channel that does that? it's quite literally I'd have to find it. I can't think about it right now. But there's literally there's like so many channels that produce really they're similar in production to like what you're doing. and they produce those results. I think this is one of the ones I was thinking about, the Angry Joe show, where it's like I don't even think that this is like not even this is like a great example of what I'm talking about, right? So this dude does like podcasting. He kind of like talks about things. You can see that like I don't think that this is like really heavily edited. This is not edited at all. It's just like a dude sitting on a green screen and talking about things in every video, right? And he like even goes by episode and talks about Anders review and Modern Warfare 2. But look at the views; they're really good. They're this is epic results. It's not legendary results, but these are epic results. 3 million subscribers. So this is not super crazy, well-produced movie reviews, right? Like the titles are good. 500K views on episode 5 Rings of Power review. This person is succeeding by every word of the metric, and like their production quality is not good. Just like I mean like their editing, like the production quality is fine, but it's like this is a background, okay? They're sitting in a theater, so that's a still image, and then they just talk, right? So like what I'm saying is this is a person who's used this example. I was like, just go by like how many videos this person is hammering out every single day. This person is producing fairly common videos that tons of people are producing, but they are producing them with over and over and over again until they get those epic results, right? So you can also put a ton of time into one video and then produce that thing, and then that might get you those epic results because it's uncommon for people to put 300 hours into a video, right? But what I want to steer people away from is like stop thinking that you need more information. Like, oh my God, like I just don't know something. Like, no, like you're fucking lazy. You're just not putting in the work. That's really what it is. Like you're not putting in the dozens and dozens of hours that it requires. I'm sorry. Like I really am. Like, but like someone needs to tell you this. I don't care if people unsubscribe because they don't want to hear this. Like that's like fine. Like, okay, whatever. You're just not putting in the work. That's it. Like you don't need more information. You don't need a fucking mentor. You don't need a $500 consulting call. Like stop. Just fucking stop and go put in the boring common work every day if you really want this. Otherwise, go get a job like everybody else has, and it's fine. Like it's not a bad thing. But like we glorify this like, oh my God, like entrepreneurship's so cool, working for yourself so cool. Like the cost is go do boring common shit in categories that you may not want to. Like I'm over Twitch, dude. I was over Twitch 8 months ago. I left. I'm done. Right? Like my company runs 90% of its shit through YouTube now in terms of revenue, right? Why am I still talking about it? Because I understand it's it's part of what my audience wants to see. As I figure out 1 in 5 times, you'll see it's like 1 in 3 videos, 1 in 5 videos. I'm trying to do something different. I figure out like how to expand the content that I'm doing to things that matter more to me. But I still have to put in the common work all the time, just like I do at the agency, where like maybe I want my agency to be, something within my vision. I've got to put in the common work today to answer the emails, to make sure the deal flow works, to make sure the lights stay on, because that's the game, man. And that's how you have to produce uncommon results. Like you don't get that level of success because just because you want it. That's just not how it works. So I mean another good example of this is like Moist Critical. We can just keep doing this, right? But like Moist Critical I think is one of the best examples. I actually had this in my show notes. So this is just not, I don't even know if he edits his videos at all. I think he edits his videos a little bit. But you can look at like this is a legendary person on YouTube, an epic person on YouTube, right? 11 million subscribers. Epic. There's different scales. Like he's close to legendary, and he's done some really awesome shit. Like like he's expanded outward and done shows and stuff. But the vast majority of his content is literally just him sitting and talking about meta issues. And if you sort his videos by oldest, guess what? He was doing this 15 years ago. Thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of videos that have dog shit editing, but what makes him an epic and legendary person is that he didn't stop. He just kept going. And and like I find his content awesome because every single video that he made, he was producing better results for himself. He was figuring out how to talk better, how to communicate better, how to what works, what doesn't, what titles are good, right? Like if you, I love Moist Critical because he left his entire legacy on here, so you can literally see somebody trying to succeed, like Halo Reach Lone Wolf legendary gameplay and commentary, right? Battlefield BC Fun Tax and Bombardment. You can literally see that, like, Critical's first sniper montage. He didn't know anything about titles here. He didn't know anything about anything, and he didn't care. He just kept going until now. Like if you look at this kind of stuff and you see what he's changed, you can see that his communication has gotten so much better, and the way that he has spoken about these things has gotten so much better. His like so many things have improved. His comedy, his timing, his pacing, literally just because he hammered at it. So there's different ways to succeed. Like you can put in an uncommon amount of time on a few videos and do very well. You could also put it, but like for me, and I think the best way to succeed consistently in business and is just to put in do the common things. And like I could like try to go build the best agency by trying really hard to sign like a single client and put a ton and hundreds of hours of work into that, and I might make the cut, I might not, but by just putting in the common work every single day, then I have a reasonably high chance of succeeding. And just like you do so many common things, you become rare, epic, and legendary because quite literally, there were how many people made videos like Moist Critical when he got started? How many people were doing clip montages of Call of Duty? Well, tons of people, man. But how many people stayed and did it for 15 years? One guy. That guy. Right? Like, go find me another YouTube channel that made consistent videos for 15 years and innovated like every time and tried, and then like didn't succeed. They all succeed because common results eventually produce epic and legendary results. So I just want you to like really think about this, okay? Like going forward. And again, this video is not intended to target anybody individually or it's intended to insult some people, but because you have to realize, like, look, like, I guess I'll close with this. I was about to apologize. Now I'm just doubling down. I love it. Most people are going to be losers. That's it, right? Like most people are going to be losers. I was talking to a reporter the other day, and we were looking at the streamer ratio of like people that were that are streaming on Twitch versus people that are viewing on Twitch, right? So for people that don't know, there is one streamer for every 26 to 28 viewers on Twitch. Okay, so 28 people watching, one streamer, right? So if you were to take all the viewers on Twitch and then you were to distribute them and say, okay, all of you go and just average across the entire website, there'd be about 28 viewers per stream. And what would happen? Nobody would make any money because there's not enough viewers to go around. But guess what? It's exactly the same in the business world. It's exactly the same in the content world. There are not enough viewers to watch your shit. There's not enough people to pay for your shit because everybody wants this, right? So if you want to win, you have to produce results that other people aren't doing. You have to work harder. You don't necessarily have to work different. You can, but you have to work harder, and you have to work longer, and you have to work more consistently. And you have to keep going where everybody else gives up. This is true in everything. It's true in gym. It's true in lifting. There are so many days where I don't want to go to hot yoga, man. That's my thing. Hot yoga is my thing. And I just keep going, right? I don't know how to explain it to you. I just keep going, right? So, because I know, like, eventually I will like have those incredible results if I just keep going to the stupid class every single day, pushing it. I just getting over COVID. I hate going right now. I'm going today, right? At the end of the workday, I'm going today. I hate going right now. Like, I do not like it. It's not fun. It's not cool. I have respiratory weakness. It's really hard to push through classes. I feel like I'm starting over basically after COVID. I'm going. Okay, because loser mentality is to quit and say, oh yeah, I tried it. I tried hot yoga for a while. I really want to get back into it. Okay, fuck that. Fucking loser mentality pisses me off. It should piss you off too. Like if you get the fuck out of that thinking. Really, like it does nothing for you. Like that is what every loser is thinking in the world. They're thinking, oh, like yeah, I'm just gonna try this thing out for like what, and then I'm gonna go do this. Like, dude, like focus on something. Like have a specialty. Like have a have a thing that you're passionate about, and then like stay in it and do it. Like right, this is the thing. Like I said, like you may not want to hear it, but you need to hear it. Like you've got to put in the common results, and like and like you just have to like find the motivation, knowing that like that mountain you're climbing it, right? And so many people like they start climbing the mountain, they look up and they're like, like, oh, look at that one over there, that hill looks better, I'm gonna go up there, right? So I just want people to win really bad, and I just know that like 99.9% of people are just gonna be losers, and like there's different levels of losers, right? Like I think that if you make the active decision, one of the things I think is like just like real quick, like you can like get a job and you can work in like a creative job and work as a leader within a business, and it can be an extremely fulfilling and awesome career, right? The top 50 or 100 people or 500 people or 5,000 people at Facebook and at Meta and at Google and at like these companies, the top 5,000 people at Google are richer than I will ever be in my life, right? And they contribute to something that is amazing. So I don't want to downplay like I think people like we're just talking in the context of like doing your own thing in entrepreneurship, right? But like realize that like it's also not a loser thing to do to like get a really good and like powerful position where you're contributing to something. And it's absolutely something I would even personally consider, were it not that like I'm such an asshole that the only gear I have is to like I can't work on like I just can't do it. And I hate that a little bit because it means that I can't really contribute or solve really interesting problems within structures that need those problems solved. And so don't think of yourself as like a loser if you're like going in and like your goal is like, yeah, I just want to like get like a 150K, 200K a year job. You're still uncommon. You're still rare, right? Like 1% of people in the United States make over 400K a year, right? Or way less than 1%. So you're still epic. Like if you get a job, right, that does that, where you're contributing something, if you're an Amazon principal or you're a SDE or something like that, right, you're probably solving really interesting problems. And so I also kind of want to like push people away from like this sense of entrepreneurship. It's like, oh, I have to like to do this thing to like make my money. Like no, like you have to find a passion and then stay to it. Like because you know how those SDEs and those like Amazon people that get to 40K a year, they code every day over and over again. It's the same thing, right? Like they don't have a YouTube channel. You don't need a YouTube channel to be like super successful, right? Like they are just coding every single day of their lives. They're doing the common thing to be able to produce that uncommon result eventually, which is that 400K a year job. And just like people that are listening to this video should also go back and watch the videos on my main YouTube channel, Why You're Bad at Marketing Probably, right? Which is a themed video about people that are just unable to detach from all these concepts like, oh, entrepreneurship is the way to go because I make my own time. No, not necessarily. You can make your own time within plenty of job structures, especially now, like with like remote work and stuff like that, right? Like all these concepts that you attach to, right? And attachment really is the issue because attachment also is the cause of how you're bouncing around on all these different subjects where it's like, oh, it would be really cool to make a YouTube channel about gaming. And then I attach to that. Oh, I really want to talk about Twitch though. And I attach to that. And there's, oh, I really want to talk about that. See, like, and you just grasp at everything. And just like attachment is like water, where if you have a subject, water, and you try to hold on to that subject, it starts spilling through your hands. You can't like hold on to everything. It just like everything goes away. Everything's like water. It all flows out of your hands and you have nothing. So instead of like attaching to all these like different things, you should like attach to the internal sense of passion of something you really want to create, and then realize that you're going to be on a multi-year journey to create that thing with no guarantee of success, right? And that's true with getting a job. It's true with building a YouTube channel. True with everything, right? If you want to produce legendary results, you devote your life to doing the common things over and over and over again, right? The one legendary person on YouTube, Mr. Beast, literally spent thousands of hours in phone calls, watching YouTube videos. He literally has never seen a movie in his life. You know this? Like he hasn't seen a movie or a TV show in his life because he just spent his time watching and analyzing YouTube videos. Like that's what it takes to produce legendary results, right? Now you and me, we don't need legendary results. I don't need to be Mr. Beast. You probably don't need to be Mr. Beast, right? But I would like to be a rare or epic contributor. I think that's cool to something, right? And you probably would be too. So if you want to do that, then produce common results in that field over and over again until you get there. That's it. You want to be a powerlifter? Just go every day to the gym and keep doing it. And by the way, you don't need 2 million YouTubers courses on how to do it, right? Like you could maybe like go a few times and then go look for some like form check videos, but go, right? Like you want to be the epic power builder, keep going every single day. And then before you know it, like what's 5 years? What's 10 years really from now, right? Like you're going to be here. You're going to be doing the same thing you're doing now, right? So you might as well like put some time in on something every single day, because like what I think is cool is that like, okay, let's say that I do manage to go to yoga every single day, like hot yoga. I do hot yoga, like power yoga. So it actually like a lot of bodybuilding type stuff in it too. Let's say I do go every day and I really push myself. I'm in the heat, right? Well, today I get to the studio, no big deal. I've just got another class down. I feel good, but not particularly any different. Then I go tomorrow, and I go tomorrow. Well, before I know it, it's 2 years, right? Like time's gonna pass, right? And now I'm 2 years ahead. I feel great, right? So like we have to separate our thinking from that, like, like 2 years from now, 5 years from now, whatever. But like today, what are you doing? Today, what are you doing to make your video? Today, what are you doing to build your business? Today, what are you doing to attach to that one thing you're going to do every single day you're going to put that time into, right? And then before you know it, like 5-10 years down the line, you'll just be there. If you don't bounce around to 5 million different things, you'll actually be at a real level of success. Like, I would like you have two people that come to me. One person says, I'm going to go to the gym every single day and not watch a single YouTube video about how to do it. And I'm just going to try for an hour. And I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm never going to get a mentor, and I'm never going to but I'll be there every day. Like I'll be there 5 days a week, and I'll take two rest days. And then I've got a normal person that says, yeah, I'm going to watch every YouTube video on this. I'm subscribed to like 10 fitness channels, and I'm going to go try to work out. With no plan, no goal, like and like nothing in mind, and like yeah, I'm gonna try to do it. Like I would take the bet on the consistent person every single time. There's no question. I would take the bet, and you would too, right? Like you would take the bet on the 5-day-a-week guy that has no knowledge, that has nothing, that's literally like trying to bench press on a leg press machine. Like I would take the consistent guy every time, because eventually someone's gonna come over and be like, hey dude, like that's dumb. Do it this way. Oh, okay. Hey, or eventually he's gonna be like, ow, like that didn't work. Like I try, like right, like he's gonna keep going until he gets it, and he doesn't. Like so, stop all this information, stop all this consulting bullshit. Okay, like fuck, yeah, it frustrates me so much, you guys. I see you pain. This is why I don't like. That's why I don't like opening up consulting things. Like I've been thinking about doing one consulting thing a week. I hate doing it because I usually get like a small critter who just doesn't need me. You don't need it. It's not gonna help anything. You need this. You need this. Okay, go work. Fucking get after it.